Welcome everybody, I am Alexander Linz, Head of Content of WatchAdvisor.com. And with me today, Christian Selmoni.
Hello Alexander, how are you?
Good to have you. We are at VACHERON CONSTANTIN in Geneva. It's some days before the SIHH, and I have the pleasure that Christian took some time for me, and he's going to present me the highlight, one of the highlights, not the, but one of the highlights of VACHERON CONSTANTIN for the SIHH 2019. Christian, you are in charge of your function. Style,
yes,
and
heritage.
Heritage. That's
okay.
A good function. I would like to be the guy who is in charge of style and heritage.
Well, so for the moment it's busy, but okay. We'll keep this idea for the future.
Don't be angry at me if I say you are kind of a dinosaur at VACHERON CONSTANTIN. You have some 20 and...
So I think this year, if I count well, this is the 29th year in which I am within the company. But cool. How many years have you been yourself into this business?
I think we met in the very early days.
Sure. I think we met in the 90s.
Yeah, and very early days. And we went through all these ups and downs and changes and new developments.
Right.
Yeah.
That was fascinating years that we have
seen. I think so, yeah.
And it's not finished.
No, but it's good that we're still here.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm always happy to talk to someone who really has the background.
Thank you so much.
To go into, to dig out some of the
Thanks a lot.
Interesting stories. Yeah.
We'll try.
The most interesting piece, by the way, and this is why we are sitting here, is the watch in front of me. Imagine the situation, and I think everybody is aware of that. You buy a Perpetual calendar. The Perpetual calendar has a power reserve of, let's say the older one had a power reserve of some 48 hours or something. So once you do something else than wearing a Perpetual calendar, you go for sport, you go for a swim, you go for vacation, skiing, whatever. So you put your calendar off, and of course it would stop. So VACHERON CONSTANTIN, I think, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, you thought ahead, and this was kind of the missing link in terms of Perpetual calendars.
Yes, indeed. I think you are pointing on something which is highly important.
Because let me just finish. Okay. Because what happens? You have to stop your Perpetual calendar, and it will stop, and then you have to go into details, dig out some information, which month, which day. If there's a moon phase, you have to correct your moon phase, etc., etc. So you have to reset all your calendar. You have to be sure it's in the right 12-hour mode. So if the date and everything doesn't change at noon. So this is a calendar that will solve all your problems, and you don't need a winder.
You don't.
So you don't need one of these little boxes running around. You don't need them.
I fully agree.
So now it's you.
Great.
Sorry for...
Okay, no, that's okay.
But I had to tell this.
Yeah, sure. So the name of the watch is the Traditionnelle twin-beat Perpetual calendar. So as you are mentioning, this is a Perpetual calendar. But I would like to say, we are discussing. I don't want to talk too much alone about that watch, so we can share many things. So the idea behind this watch was also to have energy saving in mind. So we thought about how can we extend the autonomy of a timepiece, and by finding new technical solutions, and to make it, I would say, to have a very good reason to do it. So we thought that the Perpetual calendar, like you were explaining, was a very, very interesting case to study. So this is why Twin Beat is also a Perpetual calendar. So we have implemented this technology in a Perpetual calendar, but we have many things to talk about that watch, but you can carry on. I'm sure you love to.
Twin Beat means this watch has two escapements.
Yeah, indeed.
And this is now the smart thing, guys. Two escapements. So once you wear the watch, you set it on, let's say, I wear the watch mode, and the watch will have a power reserve of...
So we have 4 days.
4 days.
And on the active mode, we have
active mode.
So we have a 5 Hertz oscillator.
Yes.
So we have 4 days of autonomy.
Okay. And once you decide to put your watch back into your safe or wherever, the watch has to be put in the position with dial up in a flat position, and then you push a button, and the second escapement will start to operate. Exactly. And this now is a weird thing. Weird in the sense of I've never heard about such a thing. 1.2 Hertz. So in fact, it's like lowering down the energy consumption to almost a minimum.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit like, think about a heart. So you really have the notion of, when you do a lot of sports, your heart is beating very high. And when you really, I would say during the night, if you sleep, so you have a very low beat. So that's the idea also behind the system.
So
you are using less energy.
You push a button, the second balance will start to oscillate.
Yeah.
It will be 1.2 hertz or 8,640 amplifications per hour or oscillations per hour.
In comparison with 36,000 in 5 hertz mode. So that's something which is what is interesting.
It's pretty extreme, huh?
Yes, it's pretty extreme because we wanted to.
Extreme. 5 hertz is 36,000, and 1.2 hertz is 8,640. So it's pretty extreme from, let's say, someone who is on a triathlon or on an extreme sport mode to someone who is in a relaxed mode.
Definitely. So I think also if you allow me, or I'm sure you will agree with me. I think that there is also something which is fantastic in addition, is that the movement of this timepiece has a diameter of 32 millimeter, but the total thickness of the system, including the perpetual calendar, is only 6 millimeter, which is amazing for such a power reserve.
Yes, and we can see that, and of course it's pretty comfortable to wear and pretty slim watch.
It is.
Nice diameter, not one of those thick watches.
No,
so
it's 42 millimeter diameter.
42.
Yeah.
No, but I said it's comfortable to wear.
I agree with you.
Comfortable to wear, nice diameter. Nice. And once set to that 1.2 hertz mode, the difference, active mode, how do you call the other mode?
Standby.
Standby. So 1.2 hertz, you will have 65 days, not hours, days of power reserve. So you put your watch in the safe, it will continue to run. All the functions of the perpetual calendar will continue. 65 days.
Yes.
And during those 65 days, the watch?
It works. I mean, so far after 65 days, when you get back to your watch, you will have. We have made several testings, of course. So we are in the Geneva Hallmark qualifications.
So it's Geneva Hallmark stamped.
Yeah. Meaning that we have 1 minute in a week of difference. So after a couple of months, that makes 8 minutes.
Okay.
So it means that the accuracy of the system, even at 1.2 hertz, when the watch is flat, is just perfect.
Okay.
I would say close to perfect.
Yeah. So the point is that the watchmaker who is doing the final adjustment only needs to adjust the escapement at 1.2 hertz in a flat position.
Yep.
So it is really made to lie on its back.
Exactly.
It's not made to be worn on the wrist.
No, there are some obvious limitation to the system. One which is that the standby mode is really made to save the informations on your perpetual calendar. Okay. So that's really the point. And the active mode, like it says, is really here to give you excellent chronometric performances.
Yes, I imagine with 5 hertz it will
definitely. Be. So this is really these two oscillators which are offering incredible, I would say, ease of use for a perpetual calendar. So that's really the essence of this timepiece.
Yeah, and you solved that problem that if you're not wearing your perpetual calendar and you're not putting it on one of these winders, yes. I personally don't like. Many of you might be now or might not share my opinion, but I don't like these winders.
But Alexander, sorry to interrupt you. Can you explain us why it's not so good, according to what you think? Because you are basically on one position on it.
I'm basically on one position, and it's like if you would put your car in the garage and you wouldn't turn off the engine. It would make no sense. So the watch is running, being used, and if it is in, let's say, in a very slow mode, it is just continuing to run, and it is in the perfect position for less friction, less usage of components. So
I think it's a brilliant solution. What can I say?
No, it is. It's thought ahead, and I never expected to see because I never thought about that one could be so smart to have 2 balance wheels, to have a system by pushing. You just push the button, and the other balance wheel stops, and the other one starts.
Exactly.
It's so smart, and you just run. Then you have the indications, and I asked Christian, is everything guaranteed? Imagine the situation: we are in a leap year. You need to move the hand of the month. You need to need to move the hand of the day, and the hand of the leap year.
Yeah.
At Christian, you have tested it.
Yes, we have. Yeah. So everything is jumping. So in addition, this is an instant jumping perpetual calendar.
Even this.
Yes. And finally, we are using 4 times less energy when we are jumping than a traditional system using snail, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a patent which is not yet pending, so it should be pending next week. So we can't really go more into details into this innovation, but this is also something which was thought to save energy. So this idea of saving energy is really at the heart of the twin beat concept.
Okay. So all the indications will at midnight.
Alexander, yes.
Move.
Yes, it will move.
And no, move, of course, but it's not.
It's instantly. It's not dragging.
It's not something where you see the hand and going on, and then all, let's say 10 past 12, finally reach the correct position.
It's not
it's
a dragging
midnight,
system.
Pop.
It's an instant jumping system.
Very nice, very smart.
Great.
This is a first step into that technology, I expect.
So I think that the purpose of innovation is to make better watches again and again. So this is something which is totally new and very, very creative and innovative. And we would. I hope I can only speak personally. I hope that we will be able to develop the system for other watches in the future. But I think this is really the demonstration of Vacheron Constantin's ability to innovate in the technical field.
Great. Christian, thank you very much.
My pleasure, dear.
For presenting me that timepiece. Once again, I have to say, correct me, use the comment section underneath here, but if you want to correct me or if you want to discuss with me. But my opinion is that this is really kind of a missing link we always wanted to have. Of course, it's going to be pretty expensive in the beginning because it's a platinum watch.
Yeah, sure.
Is it limited?
So for the moment, we are a series of 10 watches. So we have a launching edition in platinum of 10 watches.
But it will get.
But I really hope. I think there is no reason why we shouldn't continue with such a fantastic project.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not a laboratory watch. It's not a unique timepiece.
Okay.
It's not one single concept watch. It's really something that was thought from the beginning.
Okay.
To be a new watch. A new
very
movement.
small series to launch it, but it will be in the collections of Vacheron Constantin very soon.
It will be.
Okay.
It will be about this year.
Yeah. Okay. Smart in terms of how you guys could use your perpetual calendar in a very easy way. Wearing it, 5 Hertz is like a high beat frequency, offering you best chronometry. And once you take it off of your wrist, you put it in a flat position, 1.2 Hertz. I have to read that again because it's such an unusual frequency. 8,640 amplifications per hour, or oscillations per hour.
Yep.
Semi-oscillations, by the way, it's semi-oscillations to be correct. And the watch then is kind of in a sleep mode, will continue to run, all the indications will be correct.
Yes.
It's pretty smart.
Yes,
pretty
I
smart
agree with you. Thank you so much, Alexander.
Christian,
it was a great pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Guys, thank you for watching the video. Thanks for the interest. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to like our videos. And as I already mentioned, if you have any comments, questions, please use the comment section just underneath here, and I will answer you. Christian, once again, thank you.
Thank
you for watching, guys, and goodbye.
Goodbye.